guys, today I'm going to be doing a soft glam makeup tutorial. Y'all don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And yeah, let's get started. So I'm going to be using my Maybelline Master Prime Primer Base. This is the one that says blur and smooth. I like this primer because it is just what it says. Like, it makes your face so smooth. I feel like it makes your foundation glide on like easily. It makes everything just look natural with it on. And yeah, I broke my palette, but I'm going to be using the mirror from this palette. For my eyebrows, I'm going to be using a pencil that I got from the beauty supply store for only like 99 cents. And it's in the color dark brown. But I'm going to start by lining my eyebrows. It really doesn't matter where I start from. Sometimes I start from the top, sometimes I start from the bottom. It's just, I just go with the flow. But yeah, right now I'm filling them in, making sure everything's covered, making sure that it looks nice and neat. Well, y'all, when I'm doing my brows, how I outline it doesn't matter to me because I'm going to go back and conceal it anyway. So, I mean, as long as they're filled in how they're supposed to, I'm pretty fine with that. Same thing with the other eye. Gonna start by lining it. And y'all see how I just said, like, it doesn't matter where I line it from. Like, I just started from the bottom on this eyebrow, but on the other one I started from the top. But yeah, same thing, still filling them in, making sure they look nice. And y'all, have to create an arch in my eyebrow because I don't have an arch in my natural eyebrow. Like, my eyebrows are trash naturally, how I feel. And at the beginning of your eyebrow, you always want to make sure that it's not too shaded in. You want to make sure that it's giving you that fading look, like it's fading from the front and getting darker like as you go further, because that's, you don't want your eyebrows to look like blocks or whatever. Alright, so next I'm going in with my Morphe M432 brush, my concealer brush, and my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Cool Tan. I'm just going to be concealing my brows with those. I always start from the bottom when I'm concealing my brows, only because it's easier for me than to start from the top. So you want to make sure you get a nice neat line when you're concealing your brows. And I always drag my concealer down because I use my concealer as the base for my shadow. So I always drag it down and blend it out. And y'all, don't mind my palettes because my makeup was in like this little box for a long time and it all kind of spilled on each other. So now I just have makeup all over my makeup. So yeah, same thing with the other brow. You just want to make sure that it's lined correctly and drag your concealer down. Now, if you're just planning on doing just brows, no eyeshadow, I wouldn't say use this much concealer. I would say just use a little and drag it down just a little bit, enough for you to blend it out how you want. Okay, so onto the top of the brow. Like I said, y'all, it's kind of a challenge for me to line my top brow. It's just so much harder for me. I don't know why. But I always try to go fast when lining my top brow, just to get it over with. Make sure my line is nice and neat as well. Alright, so now I'm going in with my Morphe E18 blending brush and just blending that concealer out up under my eyes. I always connect it in the middle, like on the bridge of my nose, because I already know like my foundation is gonna, cover that anyway. So you want to make sure you blend pretty well too. Blending is key when doing makeup. You always want to make sure you've blended right and you blended enough, because if not, then your makeup will be very, very cakey and just look thrown on basically. I don't even know where I got this brush from, but this is one of my blending brushes as well. I like to blend the top of the brow with this brush, only because I have to spread it out like into my forehead. And it looks kind of light right now, guys, but as I'm blending and after I add my foundation, everything will look perfect. Y'all, so I had to go back in with my brow pencil and fill my eyebrows in again, because don't y'all hate when y'all are when y'all are concealing or blending and you mess around and hit your eyebrow, now you got a gap in it. Okay, so now I'm going in with the Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpting Gel, and I'm just going to apply that to both of my brows just so that they stay in place for the rest of the day. You know, if you don't apply brow gel, that's cool too, but I always apply brow gel just to make sure everything's in order and where it needs to be, because sometimes it tends to move. Now going in with the Milani Make It Last setting spray, and I'm just going to set my brows and my concealer with this. I'm letting it dry. And I'm taking this e.l.f. primer and just priming my face again, because like I said, I like a smooth face. And this primer is very, very smooth as well. I get this one from Target. Now going in with my Milani Conceal Perfect Concealer in the color Natural Sand. And that is what I will be doing the base of my shadow with. Just blending that out, making sure it looks nice. Now with my eyeshadow, I don't typically blend with a brush. I typically blend with the Beauty Blender, as you can see, because I feel like it gives it a very, very even and full coat. Okay, now going in with my Morphe Artistry palette and my Morphe M139 brush. I'm going to be using this reddish brown color in this palette called Stroke. And I'm just going to put that right below my eyebrow. Using light strokes, going back and forth, and even in circular motion sometimes. It really just depends on what I feel is needed. Like I use the circular motions if I feel like it needs just a little more pigment. And then the back and forth motions if I want to spread it lightly. So I'm doing that all the way to the front of my eye and even in the crease a little. And you guys, don't mind that excess going outside the eye. I'll clean that up when I'm done with the eye altogether. Now I'm going in with these two other lighter colors in the palette. One called Vibrant and one called Define Me. And I'm just going to go into my crease with that in a circular motion so that I can have it a little bit darker than the shadow up below my eyebrow. And again, guys, blending is key. Now what I didn't show you guys was the darker red shade that I used in my palette called Snatched. And I just used that in the crease as well so that it could be a little bit darker. Same thing with the other eye. Y'all, it's so amazing how makeup is. Like, it's definitely art. Okay, so now taking that same flat concealer brush and my concealer, I'm gonna put some on the base of my eye so that I can put my lighter shade in there. Y'all, look at my palette. I'm so devastated by that. It's just, I don't know what happened to it. But I'm gonna take this pretty nude shade and just rub that all over my eyelid. I don't necessarily want to do a cut crease because I want it to look very, very natural and soft. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue with that shade and then I'm gonna blend it out in the crease of my brow so that it doesn't look like I've cut anything, that it just looks like it's just, you know, fading into each other. As you can see, I'm getting my angled brush and I'm blending the two colors into each other, going in with that light shade again, putting it on my eyelid just to make it a little bit more defined. I felt like it was just too soft. Guys, you really just want to work back and forth until you achieve the look that you want. So if that means repeating some steps, then repeat them. Now I'm going to take my shadow brush and my Fenty palette. I don't know what the name of this palette is or what the name of the shadow is, but it's glittery. It's a really, really pretty glittery white shadow that I'm just going to put right there in the corner of my eyes just to make it pop just a little bit more but still look natural. Now going in with this small angled brush to line my waterline. I'm gonna use these two red caramel looking colors, and I'm just gonna spread that evenly on my waterline. I just started doing my waterline because I felt like it made it pop a little bit more, but I wasn't really into the bottom lash line type of thing. And I did the red because I feel like it'll it'll help it pop just a little more. Now taking a makeup wipe and wiping all that excess off before I start my face. Alright, going in with my primer again, just to put it in the areas that I just wiped all my makeup off. Alright guys, I didn't realize I had the mirror covering my face. So now I'm going in with this Black Radiance foundation. I actually just started using this because a friend recommended it to me. And I'm going in with the shade Brownie. And I'm just going to apply that all over my face in different areas. I started off with just applying a little bit because I didn't know what the coverage of this foundation was. So I'm just testing it out with my buffer brush. I think this brush comes from e.l.f. if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, now just blending that out into the face. You want to make sure you blend. Blending is key. If you don't do anything else with your makeup, make sure you blend it. Now with my eyebrows, I do like for my eyebrows to have just a little highlight above them, but I am going to go in with my brush and try to get rid of some of it because it is looking a little too light. As you can see, I had to use it again because it has a very nice coverage, but I want it just a little bit more. I did want to make sure I hit that area up under my eyes and above my eyebrow one more time just to make sure it was fully covered how I like it. Now taking my beauty blender and just blending it out a little bit more. Make sure it sets in my face. Okay, so now taking this LA Girl Pro Concealer. I don't know what color this is because I've had it for so long the tag is worn off of it. But I'm just gonna conceal and contour up under my eyes, the bridge of my nose, above my cupid's bow, my chin, and on my forehead. I don't like to use too much concealer to contour with because I just feel like it's not necessary. I mean, it makes you look more. This is a natural soft glam, so I don't want to look too deep. But yeah, now I'm using my setting spray and a beauty blender. I'm using the setting spray to damp the beauty blender so that my makeup goes on more smoothly and I'm doing very light pets and strokes because I want it to look so soft and natural. I don't want this to look like a hard makeup look. I want it to look soft and natural like how it is. So now going in with my Fit Me setting powder in the color Deep, I'm gonna take that same beauty blender and apply the setting powder everywhere I contoured. I don't use too much setting powder only because I don't know why, but setting powder never agrees with me. Like, it always ends up making my face look really ashy. I don't know if it's just because of the way I'm doing it or what, but I just apply a little bit now because a little bit goes a long way for me. Now taking my black opal foundation stick in the color Black Walnut, and that's where I'm going to be contouring my cheekbones and my forehead just to make everything look a little bit more defined. Oh, and my nose. Sorry guys. Y'all, I messed up a little bit on my nose because as you can see my line was kind of crooked. So I had to go back and work with that. Now taking this slanted kabuki brush and I'm going to set all of that contour out. I don't want my lines to look too harsh. So like I said, blending is key. So I'm trying to blend it as much as I can. I do feel like I need to go up a shade in this foundation stick though. Or go down a shade, I'm sorry. You don't want your shadows on your contouring to look too dark. So that's why I'm trying to blend it out as much as I can so that it looks natural. I'm sorry if y'all hear my baby in the background. He's kind of excited. I don't know why. But now onto the nose. Just trying to make sure that's blended out very good. We don't want an MJ nose, so. Now taking this fluffy brush and just brushing off the excess of that setting powder. Now, I don't know exactly what beauty supply store I got these lashes from, but I got them from the beauty supply store. Y'all really be sleep on the beauty supply store lashes. Like, they really have some good lashes for cheap. Now I'm going in with my e.l.f. liquid liner in the color Jet Black. I only use Jet Black liner. I don't like any other liner. And I'm going to do my wing. I think I'm going to start doing my wing just a little bit thicker, only because I feel like it'll go a bit better. I'm so used to doing my wing like very, very skinny. So that's how I did it on here. But I feel like if I would have did it thicker, it probably would have looked a little bit better. Y'all, I realized that I still had some contour left, like on the bottom of my face by my chin. So I had to blend that in as well. Just going back into the corner of my eye with that sparkly white color from the Fancy palette just to make it pop out a little bit more. And right here I'm just wiping my beauty mark so that it stands out. I never want to cover my beauty mark up. I love it. Now I have a small fan brush that I got from Morphe. Just doing my highlight with that, and it wasn't really working well for me. So I ended up getting a more fluffier brush that I got from e.l.f. with one of those white sparkly colors from my Fenty Beauty palette. I can't remember which one, but it was two of them. I know this is one of them though. Just applying that right up under my eye on my cheekbone, on my high cheekbone, just to make it pop out a little more. I'm gonna apply some to my Cupid's bow and also to the end of my nose as well. And I didn't want my line on my highlight to look so how can I put it? I didn't want it to look so straight and like it's just sitting there. So I was trying to blend it out a lot. Back with the fluffy brush to wipe off all the excess. Now I'm taking some mascara, just trying to blend my real eyelashes and my eyelashes in together. Again, brushing away the excess. It just looked like real light to me, so I had to keep brushing. Now I'm going in with this NYX lip liner pencil in the color Amber, and I'm gonna line my lips with that. I'm gonna highlight my cupid's bow so that it sticks out more. I'm going in with my NYX liquid matte lipstick. I didn't really like the way it was looking, although I did want a matte lip. I didn't like the color of that one. So I decided to apply some lip gloss that I got from the beauty supply store as well. And guys, my camera did end up dying on me, but I inserted some clips so that you guys could see the final look. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you.